Today we will be studying Unit 3 Electrochemistry, and today's topics are measurement of electrode potential, Nernst equation, equilibrium constant from Nernst equation, and electrochemical cell and Gibbs energy of reaction. So our first topic is measurement of electrode potential. Potential of an individual half cell cannot be measured. Okay, so that's why we have to find out the potential difference between the two half cells. So in order to find out the potential of a single half cell, we have to connect it with the standard hydrogen electrode, which is written as SHE. Okay, here we will see that why we cannot find out potential of an individual half cell, because half cell cannot conduct electricity. So in that case we have to connect it with the standard hydrogen electrode. In standard hydrogen electrode, the solution which is taken is containing H plus ion. Okay, so electrolyte used is HCl, whose concentration is 1 molar. That is standard condition of concentration is taken. Then we use a platinum plate or platinum foil, which is coated with the finely divided platinum powder, and thereafter it is connected with the platinum wire, and this platinum wire is finally connected with copper wire. This copper wire can be connected with the another half cell. Now this whole platinum plate and platinum wire is enclosed with a glass tube having one entry. Through the entry of the glass tube, we introduce hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure. So all conditions are standard. Solution having 1 molar concentration, pressure of the gas 1 bar, so that hydrogen gas is continuously bubbled over the surface of the platinum foil. So here we will see that how can we write down the redox couple for this half cell. So as we know that we are using a platinum wire and platinum plate, so that's why on the left hand side, extreme left, you have to write platinum. Thereafter we have to write down the formula of an element, so that is H2. Then we have to write down the formula of ion, H plus. Hydrogen gas is in gaseous state, so small g. H plus ion is in aqueous solution, so AQ. So this is the way how redox couple is written. Now for this half cell or for the hydrogen electrode, the potential is 0 at all temperatures. So here we will see that generally when the two half cells are connected with the potentiometer, then that potentiometer is showing the potential difference between the two half cells. So when we connect hydrogen half cell with any other half cell, then in the potential difference shown by the potentiometer, the contribution of hydrogen half cell is 0 as its potential is 0. So in that case, whatever potential will be measured by the potentiometer, that will be the potential of the other half cell. Okay, so in that way, by connecting the standard hydrogen electrode, we can find out the potential of a individual half cell. Now what will be the reaction corresponding to standard hydrogen electrode? So if standard hydrogen electrode is acting as a cathode, then in that case the reduction reaction will take place. So that can be written as H plus ion accepting electron to form hydrogen. So if we are having 1 mole of H plus ion, it will accept 1 mole of electrons to form half mole of hydrogen gas. A negative value of standard electrode potential means that the redox couple is stronger reducing agent as compared to H plus H2 couple. Okay, that means in the potentiometer, if you are getting a negative value of standard reduction potential, okay, electrode potential means reduction potential, that means that redox couple, that means the half cell which is connected on the other side, is a stronger reducing agent as compared to the hydrogen half cell. Now opposite to this, if in a potentiometer, if you are getting a positive standard electrode potential, okay, that means that the redox couple on the other side, which is connected with hydrogen, that redox couple or a half cell is a weaker reducing agent as compared to the hydrogen half cell. So that we will study in the table in the next slide. Electrochemical cells are extensively used or widely used for the following purposes. First application of electrochemical cell is for the determining the pH of the solution. So with the help of electrochemical cell, we can find out the pH of the solution. Second is we can find out solubility product, that is KSP. And third is equilibrium constant, that is K equilibrium, as well as other thermodynamic properties. And the fourth application of electrochemical cell is in potentiometric titrations. Now this table shows a standard electrode potentials of different half cells, okay, that is reduction potentials, okay, standard reduction potentials of the different half cells at 298 Kelvin temperature. So temperature is also standard. Here you can see that the equations of all the electrodes which are given of the half cells, in all the equations electrons are present on the left hand side of the arrow. That means all these reactions are reduction reactions, okay. So corresponding potential values are reduction potential. So they are also known as electrode potentials, okay. And as they are in standard conditions, that's why we write E naught. And the unit of reduction potential is volt. Now here you can see that when we move down, the reduction potential goes on decreasing, okay. So initially we are having positive values, then we are moving towards 0, and thereafter we are moving towards negative values, okay. So that shows that the reduction potential goes on decreasing. So when we are arranging different electrodes in decreasing order of their reduction potential, then the series which is obtained is called EMF series, okay. So this series is called EMF series, that is electromotive force series. Now how this series is useful? Here you can see that those electrodes which are having the value more than 0, here you can see that hydrogen half cell, that is She, standard hydrogen electrode, its reduction potential is chosen as 0 volt, okay. So all those half cells whose value are above 0, they can be reduced easily, okay, while those electrodes which are having negative values, they can be reduced with difficulty. That's why they are having less reduction potentials. So as they can be reduced with difficulty, that means they will undergo oxidation, okay. So the one whose reduction potential is more will undergo reduction, and one whose reduction potential is less will undergo oxidation. Now if we are constructing a cell by using any two half cells, then from this table easily we can say that which of the half cell will be anode and which will be cathode. For example, if you are constructing a cell by using nickel and iron, okay, so out of the two, nickel is having more reduction potential, so it can be reduced easily, so it will act as cathode, okay, while iron is having less reduction potential, so it can be reduced with difficulty, so in that case it will undergo oxidation, and so it will act as anode. Now from the difference of the standard potential of the two half cell, we can also find out standard potential of a cell. The standard potential of a cell of any cell constructed by using any two half cells can easily be found by using this table, okay. For example, if it is a cell constructed by using nickel and iron, then standard potential of a cell is equal to standard reduction potential of cathode minus standard reduction potential of anode. So standard reduction potential of cathode, that is nickel, is minus 0.25 volt. So minus 0.25, then minus, then standard reduction potential of anode is minus 0.44. So that is equal to minus 0.25 and minus minus will be plus 0.44. So our answer will be plus 0.1919 volt. So here you can see that always we will get the positive answer of E naught cell. So in that way, at 298 Kelvin, if a cell is operated, then easily we can find out E naught cell by using this table. But what about if that cell is operated in non-standard condition? That means if a cell is operated at any temperature but not at 298 Kelvin, then that is the non-standard cell and its potential cannot be found directly. In that case, Nernst gave an equation called Nernst equation. Now Nernst equation, which was given by Nernst, he showed that for the electrode reaction, now if you are taking any metal M, okay, as an electrode, an electrolyte will be containing the same cation of the metal. So suppose cation is M raised to N plus. So in that case, the reduction reaction can be written as M raised to N plus, that is metal ion, accepts N number of electrons to give metal atom, that is capital M. So electrode potential at any concentration with respect to standard hydrogen electrode. So on the other side, if you take hydrogen electrode, then easily we can find out the reduction potential. So potential of the non-standard half cell, that is E of M raised to N plus slash M, equal to the standard potential of the same half cell, that is E naught M raised to N plus slash M minus RT upon NF, natural log of concentration of metal upon concentration of metal ion. Now concentration of metal upon metal ion can also be remembered as concentration of product upon concentration of reactant, or concentration of RHS upon concentration of LHS. Now concentration of solid metal is always taken as unity, so numerator will become 1. So the equation will become potential M raised to N plus slash M equal to E naught M raised to N plus slash M minus RT upon NF, natural log of 1 upon M raised to N plus. Here R is the gas constant whose value is 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. Okay, so value of R is 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. F is the Faraday constant whose value is 96487 coulomb per mole. T is the temperature in Kelvin. Now in Daniell cell, the electrode potential for any concentration of Cu2 plus and Zn2 plus can be written as, now for cathode, the standard non-standard reduction potential, okay, from this equation. So how will we write? E of Cu2 plus oblique Cu equal to E naught of Cu2 plus oblique Cu minus RT upon NF. Now we will see that reduction reaction of copper ion will be Cu2 plus 2 electrons give Cu. So N is the number of electrons gained or lost. So here it is 2. So RT upon 2F, natural log of right upon left. So Cu upon Cu2 plus. Now Cu ka concentration is 1. So 1 upon Cu2 plus. In the same way for anode also we can write down reduction potential for the non-standard half cell. Now for Zn, the reduction reaction will be Zn2 plus accepts 2 electrons to form Zn. So here E of Zn plus oblique Zn equal to E naught of Zn2 plus slash Zn minus RT upon 2F, natural log of right upon left. So 1 upon Zn2 plus, concentration of Zn2 plus. Now cell potential, E cell. E cell is always equal to E reduction cathode minus E reduction anode. Okay. Now here cathode is copper, so we will write E of Cu2 plus slash Cu minus E of anode, that is Zn2 plus slash Zn. Now E of Cu2 plus Cu is already there in equation number 1. So instead of it we can write down its RHS. Okay, so that will be E naught Cu2 plus slash Cu minus RT upon 2F natural log of 1 upon Cu2 plus. Now minus, instead of E of Zn2 plus Zn, we can write down the RHS of second equation. So that will be E naught Zn2 plus slash Zn. Now here as minus sign is there, this minus will become plus. Okay, so plus RT upon 2F natural log of 1 upon Zn2 plus. Now what we will do, we will take the standard potential values together. Okay, so E naught of Cu2 plus slash Cu minus E naught of Zn2 plus slash Zn minus, now we are remaining with these two terms. Okay, now from these two terms RT upon 2F can be taken as common, so minus RT upon 2F is taken outside the bracket, so we are remaining with natural log of 1 upon Cu2 plus. Now this plus will become minus, okay, inside the bracket, so natural log of 1 upon Zn2 plus. So E cell will be equal to, now these two terms will together form E naught cell, so equal to E naught cell minus RT upon 2F natural log of, now here subtraction is there, okay, between the two terms, so in between the values division will be there. Okay, so it will become natural log of Zn2 plus upon Cu2 plus. So let us take it as equation number 3. Now by converting the natural log into simple log, okay, in equation number 3, now here we will see that if you convert natural log into simple log, then that means you have to multiply with 2.303. okay, then we are remaining with RT upon NF. Now when we convert natural log into simple log, that means you have to multiply with 2.303. now R, T and F, all the three are constants. Okay, so when you multiply 2.303 with RT upon F, that means 2.303, R is 8.314, T, that is standard temperature 298, upon F is 96487. So this whole calculation will come out as 0.059. So in this equation we can write E cell equal to E naught cell minus, instead of this term we will write 0.059. now denominator में n will be different for different cells. Okay, so here n is 2, log of Zn2 plus upon Cu2 plus. If we are having a cell constructed by using nickel and silver, so in that case anode will be nickel and cathode will be silver. Okay, so in that case the cell representation can be written as nickel. Okay, anode will be written on the left hand side, so nickel slash Ni2 plus, then salt bridge, so two vertical lines, thereafter cathode Ag plus slash Ag. Now at anode oxidation will take place, so nickel will undergo oxidation to form Ni2 plus, okay, after losing electrons. Now silver is having a single positive charge, so it can accept only one electron to form silver, but here we are having two electrons, so we have to balance the equation. So multiply the whole cathodic reaction with 2, so two electron cancelled, so we are remaining with nickel plus 2Ag plus gives Ni2 plus plus 2Ag. Okay, so how can we write down E cell? E cell equal to E naught cell minus RT upon NF. So if you are writing in the form of natural log, then RT upon NF. Now here N, that is number of electron gain or lost in balanced equation, so that is 2. So RT upon 2F natural log of right upon left. Okay, so in overall reaction right side is Ni2 plus and Ag. Now for metal it is concentration is 1, so we will just write the concentration of Ni2 plus. Okay, now if cation is having some coefficient, then that is written in the power of the concentration. So here there is only 1. Okay, so that means in the power of Ni2 plus there will be 1, and in the denominator we are having the concentration of reactants, so we are having nickel and silver ion. but nickel is the metal, so its concentration is 1. So we are remaining with concentration, that is always shown by square bracket, that you have to remember. The square bracket of Ag plus. Now here the coefficient of Ag plus is 2, so we will write 2 in the power. So this is the way how Nernst equation is written. Now for a general electrochemical reaction, so if we are having an electrochemical reaction in which the reactants are A moles of A plus B moles of B, and we are having n number of electrons, okay, n number of electrons, and the products are C moles of C plus D moles of D, the Nernst equation can be written as E cell equal to E naught cell minus RT upon NF natural log of, now concentrations, the ratio of concentration can be taken as Q, where Q is the concentration of products upon concentration of reactants. Now for this equation we can write E cell as equal to E naught cell minus RT upon NF natural log of product is C and D. So we can write down square bracket, that is concentration of C raised to C. Now instead of plus we will write into, okay, concentration of D raised to D upon concentration of A into multiply by concentration of B raised to B. So this is the way how E cell is written. Now let us see how to find out equilibrium constant, okay, that is Kc from Nernst equation. If the circuit is Daniell cell, if the circuit in Daniell cell is closed, then the reaction is Zn plus Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus Cu. So this reaction will take place, and as time passes, the concentration of Zn2 plus keeps on increasing while the concentration of Cu2 plus keeps on decreasing. At the same time, voltage of the cell as read on the voltmeter keeps on decreasing. After some time, we shall note that there is no change in the concentration of Cu2 plus and Zn2 plus ions, and at the same time voltmeter gives 0 reading. This indicates that the equilibrium has been attained. In this situation, the Nernst equation may be written as, now the LHS side, that is E cell, potential of non-standard cell, will become 0, okay, when the concentration of the two half cells becomes equal. So E cell can become 0, but E naught cell can never be 0, okay. If the two electrodes are made up of different material, then E naught cell can never be 0. So E cell is 0, so 0 equal to E naught cell minus 2.303 RT upon 2F log of Zn2 plus upon Cu2 plus. Now if you take this whole term on the left hand side, minus will become plus, okay. So E naught cell will equal to 2.303 RT upon 2F log of Zn2 plus upon Cu2 plus. Now at equilibrium, this whole ratio will become constant. So that can be written as Kc, that is equilibrium constant. Then in that case, E naught cell will be equal to 2.303 RT upon NF, or we can say 2.303 RT upon 2F equal to log Kc. So this is the equation which shows relation between standard potential of a cell and equilibrium constant. Now here we will see that for the reaction of Daniell cell, that is Zn plus Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus Cu at 298 Kelvin temperature, we can find out E naught cell from the EMF series, okay. So how we will find out E naught cell? So E naught cell is equal to standard reduction potential of cathode minus standard reduction potential of anode. Now here cathode is copper, so we'll write standard reduction potential, so first Cu2 plus then Cu, minus standard reduction potential of zinc, so that is Zn2 plus slash Zn. Now from the table of EMF series, standard reduction potential of copper is 0.34 plus 0.34 minus standard reduction potential of zinc is minus 0.76. So that will be equal to 0.34 minus minus will become plus 0.76. So that is equal to 1.1 volt. So that's why over here E naught cell is taken as 1.1 volt. So when we put this value in the equation, we will get 2.303 RT upon 2F log Kc equal to 1.1 volt. Now these all are constants. 2.303 RT upon F is constant, only 2 is not constant. Okay, so all these constants are written together, so that will be 0.059, and N is not constant. For different half cells, different cells, N is different. So here in case of Daniell cell, N is 2. So 0.059 upon 2 log Kc equal to 1.1 volt. So log Kc equal to 1.1, and this whole ratio will become reciprocal on the other side. So into 2 upon 0.059. So that is equal to 37.288. So log Kc is 37.288. So Kc is equal to anti-log of 37.288. So how to find out anti-log? So if you want to find out anti-log of 37.288, now here we will see that in anti-log table over here, before all the digits, decimal point is there. Okay, so that means the 2 digits after decimal point, that is 28. Okay, that is over here 0.28. Then third digit is 8. The third digit is out of this 0 to 9. Okay, so 28 is there. In that you have to see 8th column. Okay, so what is the 8th column of 28? 1941. So that is our answer, 1941. And in anti-log, whatever you are getting as answer, after the first digit you have to put decimal point. Okay, so here in 1941 the first digit is 1. Okay, so after 1 you have to put decimal point, so it will become 1.941. Now this 37, which has not been used to find out anti-log, that can be written in the power of 10. Okay, so that is into 10 raised to 37. So our answer is 1.941 into 10 raised to 37. So that is equal to 1.941 into 10 raised to 37. Now 1.941 is approximately equal to 2. So our answer of Kc is 2 into 10 raised to 37 at 298 Kelvin temperature. Now next topic is electrochemical cell and Gibbs energy of reaction. Now here we will see that whatever electrical work is done in 1 second, that is equal to electrical potential multiplied by total charge passed. Okay, so electrical work in 1 second is equal to, that is W is equal to electric potential multiplied by charge. Okay, so W equal to V into Q. If we want to obtain maximum work from the galvanic cell, then charge has to be passed reversibly. Okay, so here we will see that for performing maximum work we have to pass the charge reversibly. That means charge should be passed in both the directions. As we know that flow of electrons will be from anode to cathode in case of electrochemical cell, but if it gets discharged, again we have to reverse the cell reactions by connecting it with the external battery. So in that case we will see that the flow of electrons will take place from cathode to anode, and once the electrochemical cell is charged, again it is ready to undergo spontaneous redox reaction. So here we will see that reversible work done by a galvanic cell, that is equal to the decrease in its Gibbs energy, and therefore if the EMF of the cell is capital E, so if EMF, that is electromotive force of the cell, is capital E, that is the potential of the cell, and NF is the amount of charge passed, and delta GR, that is free energy change of reaction, is the Gibbs energy of the reaction, then delta GR, that is Gibbs energy change of the reaction is equal to minus NF E cell, okay, where NF is the amount of charge passed. Here you will see that charge carried by 1 mole of electrons is 1 Faraday, okay. So 1 mole electrons can carry the charge 1 Faraday with them, okay. So if you are having n moles of electrons, the charge carried by them will be n Faraday, okay. So n Faraday is the charge carried by n mole of electrons. Now 1 Faraday is equal to 96487 coulomb, okay, 96487 coulomb, which we also write approximately as 96500 coulomb, okay. So that is a charge carried by 1 mole of electrons. And if you want to find out charge carried by n mole of electrons, we have to multiply number of Faradays with n, okay. So NF is the number of charge carried by n moles of electrons, and E cell is the potential of the cell. Now if the concentration of all the reacting species is unity, so if the concentration of electrolyte is unity, then in that case that cell will act as standard cell. So in that case, instead of E cell we will write E naught cell, and instead of delta GR we will write delta GR naught, okay. That is standard Gibbs energy change of reaction. So here we will see what does this negative sign show. So we know that redox reactions are spontaneous, okay, and for spontaneous reactions free energy change is negative, okay. That's why here minus is placed. So that is equal to minus NF E naught cell, and NF E naught cell is nothing but it is maximum work, okay, which can be carried out by the electrochemical cell. So whatever chemical energy is produced, that is converted into electrical energy, and that electrical energy is actually work done by the cell. Or we can write down minus of electrical work. So here we will see that delta G naught of reaction is equal to minus NF E naught cell, where delta G naught reaction is the standard Gibbs energy of the reaction. So delta G naught of reaction equal to minus NF. Now instead of E naught cell we can write down the equation of E naught cell. Now what is the equation of E naught cell? So already we have seen in the previous topic, okay, when the cell is at equilibrium, okay, in that case E naught cell is 2.303 RT upon NF log of Kc, okay. And if you are writing it in terms of natural log, so we are going to write it E naught cell as RT upon NF natural log of K. So instead of E naught cell in this equation we will write RT upon NF natural log of K. Now NF will be cancelled. So another equation of delta G naught which we will be getting is minus RT natural log of K. So this is the equation which is giving relation between standard Gibbs free energy change of the reaction and equilibrium constant. If the cell is non-standard, then we will remove the naught sign. So delta G of reaction is equal to minus RT natural log of K. So two equations of delta G of reactions are there. One is delta G of reaction equal to minus NF E naught cell, and second is delta G is equal to minus RT natural log of K. Now suppose potential of cell, that is E cell, is given, okay, and we have to find out delta G. Then you can use this equation, and if delta G is given and K we have to find out, then we can make K as a subject, and then we can find out the answer from this equation, that is delta G of reaction equal to minus RT natural log of K.